All right, tonight on Rescue Me is Are You Struggling? And we read a couple of verses. The first one is Luke chapter 4, verse 18 through 19. The Spirit of the Lord is on me, because He has anointed me to preach the good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight for the blind, to release the oppressed, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. So, what's holding you back from this year being your year, today being your day? To let go of all these things, to quit using that addiction to cope with whatever you've gone through, whatever you've experienced, whatever you are experiencing or going through, or whatever you're afraid of experiencing or going through. Because right now, I'm sure, just as it was for me, whatever you're addicted to is the only way you can cope. That was the only way I thought I could be happy, was with liquor or a beer in my hand. That was the only way I thought I could be funny or accepted. It was the only way I could go to sleep at night and not think of things that I went through and that I experienced. But I was wrong. I was highly wrong. It makes you feel powerless. And I didn't think I was worth fighting for, and I didn't think there was anybody that wanted to fight for me. Even having people want to, I was in denial. So what's holding you back? The other verse was John chapter 8, verse 44 through 47. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desire. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar and the father of lies. Yet because I tell the truth, you do not believe me. Can any of you prove me guilty of sin? If I am telling the truth, why don't you believe me? He who belongs to God hears what God says. The reason you do not hear is that you do not belong to God. So, think about what's holding you back. What's making you need that addiction to cope? Think about them for a minute. Quit being ashamed. It's not your fault. And you can get past this. And you can get through and away from that addiction. This is your year. Today is the day for you to quit allowing the devil and the addiction and the pain and the fear and the struggles hold on to you and bring you down and defeat you. Today you can decide to be set free and to begin this amazing journey of sobriety and just freedom from anything that's weighing on your shoulders. But you have to decide that. So I hope you're able to make that decision and that commitment. You've got to be committed. You've got to give it everything you got, because just because you give it up or you ask God for help doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It's going to be harder, because the devil's going to fight back and he's going to try to get you back in his grasp, because that's a loss for him. And he doesn't like losing. But I promise you, if you're on God's side, he's going to lose every time. But you've got to put your faith and trust in God. I wish you the best, and I hope you decide to take this journey with me.